Hello everyone, welcome back to Alice's Warped Wonderland. We reached the end of the demo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new game. And we're going to go through and choose other choices than what I'm choosing. I'm sorry right now, my throat is like gone. I'm going to do this as much as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause until I get to a choice, then I'll unpause. So be back in a minute. Okay everyone, welcome back. Okay, last time we opened the door and ran away. Let's slap his hand away. No! Without thinking, I slapped his hand away. The sound of my slap reverberated loudly through the classroom. Oh. I slapped it away. What should I do? I'm sorry, but I need to go home since it's getting dark. If you could just forget about all this, I'll repay you some other day. The figure in gray hood tilted his head, smiling all the while. Forget all this? His intuition was particular, as if he didn't know what it meant to forget all this. You really must not be from around here. Are you telling me to disappear? No, I can't just say yes, I am, but I can't say no way either. I've probably made him angry. What should I do? He's not going to get angry and stab me, is he? He's not that bad, right? Suddenly my stomach began to hurt. But I haven't been stabbed yet. I've heard of false pregnancy, but I've never heard of a false murder. With those useless thoughts on my mind, I shut my eyes tight. But the answer I received was, for some reason, phased rather presently. As you wish, our Alice. What a dramatic way of saying that. Finally opened my eyes and I was speechless. From his knees down, his gray robe, everything underneath had completely vanished. Huh? From his knees up, there was something, but his knees down, there was nothing. And the line between something and nothing was rising quickly, until it swallowed up the smiling mouth in his gray hood. And then the figure disappeared. What? What? The way it disappeared just makes it scarier. Why did he even disappear? I mean, to disappear means to stop being visible, to pass out of sight, but it's just an expression. No one can actually disappear, so how did it disappear? Well, why? I staggered to my feet. It must be a hallucination or just my imagination. In a normal situation, a person just doesn't disappear. I have no idea what's going on. Maybe I'm just really tired. It's probably best if I go home. I opened the study room door. Though I had finally managed to stand up, I fell to the floor in a crumbling heap. The hallway was endless. The hallway seemed to go on forever. It stretched so far that it became a hazy blur. And that's not all that was unusual. The stairs leading to the floor below had vanished without a trace. What is going on? I trudged through the hallway. I couldn't bring myself to return to the study room. Even when I went back, there is no escape. So if I can't go back, I must move forward. The long hallway was dead quiet. I shouted out loud a few times, but there was no response. It seems like there really is no one here. I apologize. Why? I wonder where everyone could have gone. There was a window on the side of the hallway. From the window, I could see the front of the courtyard. Everything outside was tainted red from the sunset. But there was no one out there either. No cars, no bicyclists, not a single sound. What could have happened? An orderly row of classrooms were to my left. The plates that displayed the classroom numbers were blank. Though this should be a familiar environment, there was something cold and distant about it. What should I do? Someone? Isn't anyone here? I was afraid. I walked by each classroom and peered inside. After opening another door, my feet came to a halt. A strange figure stood in the middle of the classroom. Yeah. This is all essentially what we heard before. Let me pause until we get to something different. Hello everyone, welcome back. We just got past the rabbit, we're to like the scene, and somebody said, no, running in the hallway, Alice. She turned around, but there was nobody there. Over here. The voice came from above. Depends on someone crouched on the top of the cupboard. Oh. This figure counted the sodium. I believe he called himself the Cheshire Cat. Strange person. I looked up at the man, dumbfounded. There wasn't a whole lot of space between the cupboard and the ceiling. It's the same as before. What are you doing in a place like that? I'm smart, feeling my composure weakening, but the man jumped down, still grinning without me, he said. What's the matter, Alice? I'm not hungry. Was there an arm over there? Alright, pausing again. Alright, last time I think we tried talking. Let's run away this time. Started to have doubts almost immediately. This person, that arm. But it's just me and this person here. And if I didn't do it, then it can only mean something wrong, Alice. I calmed my trembling legs and stood up. No, don't come any closer. Murder. After I quickly turned around. After blurting those words, I quickly turned around and ran. I made it back to the hallway, but got lost shortly thereafter. As the saying goes, a tiger in the front gate, a wolf at the back gate. But this is more like an arm at the front gate, a murderer in the back gate. What should I do? Right when I started to feel helpless, I felt something cold touch the back of my neck. Well, what? Panicking, I reached back to wipe my neck and felt something sticky. When I drew back my hand, a thick red liquid coated my fingertips. What is this? Red glob popped up my feet and spread across the floor as I answered my question. It fell from above. Slowly looked up at the ceiling. Oh. There, clinging to the ceiling like a lizard, was a white arm. I didn't even have time to scream. The white hand latched onto my face like a vice and slammed me into the floor with unbelievable strength. The back of my head hit the floor with a thud, and for a moment all sight and sound faded to black. I felt a strange sensation in my mouth, like something slimy was forcing its way in. I suddenly regained consciousness. This hand is trying to go in my mouth. I grabbed the white hand in desperation. It felt cool to touch, it also lukewarm. It was enough to make me panic. Ew, it's gross. I needed to get away from this hand somehow, so I bit the hand as hard as I could. Crunch. Huh? Wasn't expecting it to be so soft and crunchy. I bit a piece off. I could feel the finger still squirming in my mouth. Oh my. I tried to spit it out, but the white hand was covering my mouth and nostrils with its vice-like grip. My eyes started to water as fear and nausea took hold of me. Breathe, am I going to be killed? Pain filled my face and I couldn't breathe, so I gulped. I swallowed it. And then, as I was checking to be sure, the white hand let go of my face and fell to the floor. I just swallowed that. I just ate that. Some person's finger. If I had been standing, I would have fainted right at that moment. What should I do? What have I done? Though it was an accident, it felt like I had crossed the line that no human being should ever cross. But still. Why was it so delicious? The finger was strangely sweet and tasty. Oh no, I think human flesh is tasty. I'm a terrible person. It's not like I even wanted to eat it, but still, it was tasty. Have I always been a cannibal and just never realized it until now? I'm not as normal as I thought. Tears filled my eyes, warping my vision. See, I keep experiencing this vertigo. This world began to wobble. Though I was laying on the ground and all sense of balance left me, my surroundings continued to warp into a mushy blob. It's no use. What's the punishment for cannibalism? Again? I need to go to the police. Can I even go? Suddenly the world went dark. At first I thought I lost consciousness, but my eyes were open and I was still awake. The world didn't turn dark because I lost consciousness. I was actually covered by a large piece of fabric. What is this? Is this a bedsheet or something? Why would this suddenly fall from the sky? I grabbed the fabric and pulled it down with all my strength. My eyes were suddenly filled with light. Ugh, so bright. Ah! With no one to hear me, I screamed louder than I had all day. Why? Why am I naked? I immediately covered myself in the fabric I had just lifted. I was definitely wearing my school uniform just a moment ago, wasn't I? I didn't remember taking it off or having it taken off of me. Maybe I was unconscious longer than I thought. No, that's... Calm down, Eriko. Just let's remain calm for now. In this situation, you should check your surroundings first. After taking a few deep breaths, I poked my head out of the fabric and looked around. On top of the fabric, I saw a green and white cylinder rolling around. What is that? I stared intently at it. The shape and color is really familiar. Lip balm? Looks like the lip balm I keep in my breast pocket of my uniform. But it's way too big. I need both arms to hold it. I looked at this charcoal fabric covering me. Is it just me, or does this closely resemble the color of my uniform? Is it just my imagination? After thinking over, I came to a reluctant conclusion. It's one or the other. Either I shrank or everything else around me became enormous. It's probably the first one. The white hand I ate must have caused this. Did that white hand curse me? I wanted to grab my head and cry. I mean, I didn't think I'd tear off a piece so easily with just one bite. Fingers are normally much tougher, aren't they? They have bones in, huh? I lifted my face. There weren't any bones, right? If there were, there was no way I could have bitten into it so easily. I clambered out from underneath the fabric. Quickly removed the scarf from my school uniform and wrapped myself in it. That arm, if it hasn't wandered off already, it should still be laying around here somewhere. I really don't want to get close to it, but I need to be sure. I barely needed to look for it. When I turned around, I saw a giant arm resting on its side. Ugh, scary. It looks like I had eaten the index finger. With this new but unwanted information, I fearfully approached the arm. Ah. I could see small details that weren't obvious before, most likely because I had shrunk. This isn't an arm. Upon closer inspection, the severed end was full of air bubbles. Where a bone should be, there was a thick red substance. I thought it was blood, but then I could make out the black garlands mixed into it. Strawberry jam? I brought my face close to the arm and sniffed it. A pleasant aroma filled my nostrils. It's bread, just strawberry jam bread. I slowly sank to the ground. I didn't eat a human. I let out a sigh of relief. Why is there a bread shaped like an arm, and how can bread move on its own? I had a lot of questions for the moment, however. I was just glad I wasn't a cannibal. I'm so relieved. Guys, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to stop here. I don't know if you noticed, but my voice is really bad right now. And sadly, today was one of the days I had to talk a lot. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to quit here. I apologize for that. So, please do like, if you like, comment if you wish, self-aware about people. Bye.